The day begins not with the warm light of the sun, but with the biting cold of the morning air that seeps into every crack and crevice of your cabin. The frost on the window pane reflects the pale light of early dawn, and the world outside is still buried under a thick, unforgiving layer of snow. You lie still for a moment, feeling the chill in your bones, a constant reminder of the harsh world you inhabit. The fire you had stoked before bed has dwindled to a faint ember, struggling to stay alive in the relentless cold. It's too cold to stay in bed for long, but the thought of facing the outside world sends a shiver down your spine. You can hear the wind howling outside, pushing against the walls of your small wooden cabin, and it makes the room feel even colder. The wind doesn't care about your struggles. It doesn't care about your plans for the day. It's just a force of nature sweeping across the frozen landscape, indifferent to the lives it affects. You know, though, that it's a sound you've learned to live with. It's the sound of winter on the frontier, a sound that you've come to accept as part of the rhythm of survival. The warmth of the fire is gone, and the room feels like a tomb without its flickering glow. The cold gnaws at your skin, a reminder that in these parts, warmth is a luxury. The fire was a comfort. When it burned bright, it brought not just heat, but life, a sense of safety in a world that was anything but secure. Now, the fire is barely more than a memory, and the thought of venturing out into the freezing morning makes you hesitate. But the responsibilities of survival weigh heavily. The livestock needs tending, the food must be prepared, the wood for the fire needs to be chopped, and the work of surviving through another brutal winter must continue, no matter how cold or how daunting the day seems. You force yourself to sit up, your bones creaking in protest, and reach for the thick furs piled at the foot of your bed. The cold hits you in waves as you pull them over your shoulders. You can almost feel the chill of the day creeping into your thoughts, reminding you that every step outside will be a battle against the elements. The frost on the window reflects the quiet of the morning, but you know this stillness is temporary. Soon the world will come alive with the sounds of the morning routines, the chopping of wood, the movement of the animals, the distant calls of your neighbors as they begin their own daily tasks. You glance at the small, dim fire, the embers weakly glowing, and you know it's time. Time to start the fire again, to bring warmth back into the cabin, to face another day of surviving the elements. You rise from the bed, your feet touching the cold, hard ground. The chill is sharp against your skin, but you are used to it now. The struggle to stay warm is as much a part of life as anything else. It's a rhythm you've grown accustomed to. The daily battle against the cold, the struggle to find warmth, to make sure the fire keeps burning. The harshness of the world outside may have tried to break you, but you know that the fire, no matter how small, will keep the cold at bay for now. It's not much, but it's enough. You make your way to the fireplace, the floor beneath your bare feet rough and cold, and kneel by the hearth, where the last remnants of the fire linger as faint glowing embers. The chill in the air cuts through your thick furs, but you've learned to embrace the discomfort. It's part of life here. You gather a few dry twigs and feed them carefully into the embers, striking flint against steel, the sharp sound echoing through the quiet cabin. The spark catches, and slowly the dry twigs begin to smolder, their tiny flames licking at the wood. It's always a delicate process, one that requires patience and precision. You watch the flames grow, gently feeding them with larger pieces of wood. The heat begins to rise, and with it a slow sense of relief. Your hands, still numb from the cold, begin to thaw as the warmth from the fire fills the room. The crackling sound of the burning wood is comforting, a familiar and constant companion. You sit back on your heels for a moment, watching the fire grow stronger, its light flickering brightly. The warmth envelops you, a stark contrast to the biting cold outside. It is a small victory, one that you have to repeat every single day to survive. The fire is life itself here, and without it, the freezing cold would consume everything. The soft orange glow of the fire casts long shadows across the walls, stretching across the rough-hewn wood that forms the cabin. The space around you is small, utilitarian, and sparse, but it's yours. It's the space where you've carved out a life, a home. There's a sense of pride in this small, simple cabin, a quiet refuge amidst the harshness of the wilderness. The fire is more than just heat. It is a symbol of resilience, of the human ability to adapt, to make something warm and alive from the rawness of nature. As the fire settles into a steady blaze, you rise and make your way to the window. The frost is thick on the glass, blurring the view of the outside world. You run your fingers over the window, clearing a small patch, and peer outside. The snow lies heavy on the ground, a thick blanket that muffles everything. The world beyond is a silent wilderness, the trees bowed under the weight of the snow, the hills in the distance now invisible beneath the storm's thick shroud. Even the animals seem to have retreated into the safety of their dens, hiding from the unrelenting cold. You know that today will not be easy. The storm is still raging outside, and every step will require extra effort, from gathering firewood to checking on the animals to ensuring that there's enough food to last until the next hunt. But there is no other choice. You've lived through worse storms, colder winters, and longer nights. Every winter has its challenges, but each one brings its own lessons. Survival here isn't just about battling the cold, it's about understanding it, knowing when to fight it and when to respect it. You have to work with nature, not against it. The fire continues to crackle behind you, its warmth spreading through the room, and for a moment you let the heat soak into your skin, relaxing your tense muscles. The hunger in your stomach reminds you that the work is far from over, but you know you'll get through it. You've done it before, you will do it again. You have to. You turn away from the window and walk over to your few belongings, pulling on a thick fur coat and wrapping a scarf around your neck to protect yourself from the cold air outside. The fire, though comforting, is only a small refuge from the endless winter. As you gather your tools, your mind begins to shift into the mindset of survival. The constant need to adapt, to prepare, to keep moving forward. Your breath fogs the air as you open the door, and a gust of freezing wind sweeps in, stinging your face. The world outside is desolate, but you step into it without hesitation. The wind bites at your exposed skin, and the snow crunches underfoot as you make your way toward the stable. The animals need feeding, and the firewood is running low. There's work to do, and there's no time to waste. You've always known that survival is not guaranteed in this land. It's a daily struggle, a fight against nature, but also a testament to the strength of your will. You are not just surviving, you are building something from the ground up. And with each task, no matter how small, you are proving that you belong here, that you can endure whatever the wild throws your way. As you step outside, the world greets you with the raw bite of winter's grip. The snow beneath your boots crunches loudly in the silence of the morning, a reminder that the world is as unforgiving as it is beautiful. The cold stings your face, and each breath you take leaves a trail of frost in the air. You wrap your scarf tighter around your neck, the wool scratching gently against your skin, offering a meager defense against the harsh winds that whip across the plains. Despite the cold, there is a certain serenity in the stillness of the morning. The wind howls in the distance, but it doesn't reach you. Here in the quiet space outside your cabin, the world seems to pause for just a moment. The wilderness stretches out before you, a vast sea of white, where the trees stand like ghostly sentinels against the backdrop of a grey sky. The branches of the few trees that remain are heavy, with the weight of the snow, bent and twisted under the pressure. The air is thick with the scent of pine and damp earth, and as you glance across the frozen landscape, you can see the tracks left by the animals, deer, wolves, and rabbits, moving through the snow, each of them quietly carving out their own path of survival in the same unforgiving world. The wilderness is both a source of sustenance and a constant reminder of the delicate balance between life and death. You glance at the small stable nearby, where your horses and cattle are sheltered from the cold. The animals huddle close together, their bodies bunched for warmth, and you can see their breath steaming in the air. You know the work that lies ahead, feeding them, checking on their shelter, and ensuring they are strong enough to endure the remaining days of winter. These animals are not just part of the landscape, they are the lifeline of your existence. Without them, your survival is at risk. The thought of losing them sends a small pang of anxiety through you, but you push it aside. There is no room for weakness in this world. You must stay focused, no matter how harsh the conditions. The barn is cold, the wooden doors stiff from the freezing temperatures, but they open easily enough. The scent of hay and the animals' warmth greet you as you step inside. You move to the nearest stall and begin checking on your cattle, their large, soft eyes watching you with a mixture of trust and dependence. Their bodies are covered in thick fur, but the cold has a way of seeping in, even into the thickest of coats. You reach for the hay, spreading it across the floor of the stall, and their grateful snorts fill the air as they begin to settle in, their movements slow but content. The horses too greet you with their familiar neighs, shifting restlessly as they wait for their morning feeding. The work is necessary, and you do it without hesitation. You know that their survival is just as important as your own. Every movement is purposeful, each action a small piece in the larger puzzle of survival. The warmth of the animals, the sound of their gentle breathing, is a small comfort in the midst of the cold. You reach for the feed, adding it to the troughs, and watch as the animals eagerly begin to eat. The crunch of the hay is a reminder that even in the toughest of times, there is still life, still sustenance to be found. As you finish tending to the animals, you step outside once again, feeling the cold wind whip across your face. But this time, it doesn't seem as harsh. You've done your part for the day. The animals are fed, and the fire inside is steadily growing. Now it's time for the next task. There is always something to be done in the winter, whether it's gathering more firewood, checking on the water supply, or preparing for the next hunt. Life here is a constant cycle of work, of action, of survival. You glance up at the sky, noting the way the clouds are beginning to form. Another storm is coming, and you know that the winds will pick up, bringing more snow. It's an inevitable part of winter, one that you've come to expect. The storms may come and go, but the cold is constant. It's a reminder that nothing in this world is permanent. The storm is both a challenge and an opportunity, a chance to test your resilience and adaptability. You tighten the straps on your coat, pull your scarf tighter, and set off back toward the cabin, ready for whatever the day brings. The world outside may be harsh, but it is also full of beauty, the beauty of survival, the beauty of life persevering against the odds. You don't take it for granted. You understand that each day is a gift, and you are grateful for the strength and wisdom that each moment brings. The wind picks up, swirling the loose snow around you like a whirlwind, as if the land itself is reminding you of its raw power. The sky, once a pale grey, has darkened into a heavy, oppressive shade of blue. Clouds gather above, thick and ominous, rolling in from the mountains like an approaching army. You can feel the temperature drop as the storm begins to arrive, a sharp bite in the air that cuts through your coat like ice. The cold feels deeper now, as if the earth itself is holding its breath, waiting for the storm to unfold. You pull your coat tighter around your body, the fur lining of your collar brushing against your chin as you brace yourself for the oncoming storm. Your breath forms little clouds in the air, mingling with the rising snowflakes, each one frozen before it even hits the ground. The world around you begins to fade, the landscape shrinking as the snow thickens and the wind howls louder, sweeping the ground clean of any trace of life. But even in the midst of the storm, there is a strange beauty to the world. The stark white of the snow contrasts against the dark sky, and the wind, though fierce, has its own rhythm, an endless undulating song that hums through the trees and around the edges of your cabin. The world feels empty and full all at once, the silence of the storm broken only by the howling wind and the occasional crack of a branch snapping under the weight of the snow. As you walk back to the cabin, your thoughts drift to the days ahead. The storm may last for hours, or it may stretch into days. Winter on the frontier is unpredictable, and you must be ready for whatever comes. The fire inside the cabin is your sanctuary, but even it cannot protect you from the harsh realities of nature. The animals are taken care of for now, but you know that the storm will make everything more difficult. The firewood you've gathered might not last long enough, and the food you have stored will need to be rationed carefully. Each day of winter is a test, a challenge that requires constant attention, constant adaptation. You reach the cabin and step inside, feeling the warmth of the fire wash over you as you close the door behind you. The contrast between the cold outside and the warmth of the cabin is immediate and almost overwhelming. The crackling fire, the scent of smoke, and the heat that rises from the hearth all give you a brief respite from the relentless storm outside. But even as you relax into the warmth, you know that it's a temporary comfort. The storm is out there, and it will continue to test you and the rest of the tribe. You sit by the fire, the flickering light casting long shadows across the room. The cabin, though small and sparse, feels like a safe haven, its walls solid and familiar. The fire burns steadily, its flames dancing and shifting with every gust of wind outside. The warmth wraps around you, but the reality of the situation is never far from your mind. This fire may be enough to keep you warm tonight, but you know that survival requires more than just warmth. It requires resources, preparation, and the ability to endure when things get difficult. As you sit and watch the flames, your thoughts turn to the tribe. The storm will not just affect you, it will affect everyone. The cold will be felt by all, the hardships shared by every family in the community. But it is in these moments of struggle that the tribe's strength is most apparent. You have faced this before, together. The cold, the storms, the hunger. Each challenge is met with unity and perseverance. There is a deep sense of belonging here, a connection that runs through every member of the tribe, binding you all together in a shared effort to survive. Outside, the storm continues to rage, but inside the cabin, the warmth of the fire, the sounds of the wind against the walls, and the quiet murmur of the tribe's voices offer a comforting reminder of the strength that comes from community. Tomorrow will come with new challenges, but for tonight, you rest in the peace that comes from knowing you are not alone. The storm outside may be fierce, but within the walls of this cabin, you are safe, surrounded by the people who share in your struggles and triumphs. As the wind howls louder outside, you close your eyes for a moment, letting the warmth and the quiet calm of the cabin wash over you. Tomorrow will come, but for now, there is rest, and in this stillness there is strength. The storm rages outside, but inside the cabin, there is a strange sense of calm, a sanctuary from the relentless cold. The fire crackles softly in the hearth, its warmth spreading through the room like a quiet, comforting embrace. You sit back in your chair, your eyes tracing the dancing flames, each flicker casting fleeting shadows across the walls. The heat from the fire contrasts sharply with the biting cold just beyond the walls, creating an almost surreal sense of safety. Yet, despite the peace of the moment, the reality of the storm remains ever present. The wind howls outside, its mournful cry carrying through the cracks in the cabin, reminding you of the vast, untamed wilderness beyond. The smell of smoke and roasted meat fills the air, mingling with the earthy scent of wet wood from the storm. You can hear the soft crackle of the firewood burning, the sound almost hypnotic as it breaks the otherwise quiet space. The fire is your only source of light now, and its steady glow is a reassuring presence in the dark. You glance over to the small table where a few pieces of dried meat and root vegetables are laid out. Enough to get through another night, but not enough for the long stretch ahead. You will need to make sure the reserves last, rationing them carefully as you wait out the storm. The unpredictability of winter means that even a day of harsh weather could turn into weeks without respite. You stand and walk to the window, wiping away the frost that has settled on the glass. The world outside is cloaked in a heavy layer of snow, the landscape nearly indistinguishable under the whiteness. The horizon is lost in the storm, the snow blowing so fiercely that it seems as though the very earth is being swept away. It is a hauntingly beautiful sight, the way the wind sculpts the snow into swirling patterns, the air alive with the movement of nature's forces. The trees are bent under the weight of the snow, their branches creaking and groaning in protest, their silhouettes barely visible against the thick white backdrop. You pull your coat tighter around your shoulders, feeling the cold seep into your bones, even through the warmth of the fire. The storm will last for days, possibly longer. You know this from experience. It's a constant in the frontier, a reminder of how little control you have over the land, how fragile your existence can be when the elements turn against you. But you also know this. You have survived storms before, and you will survive this one too. It is not the storm itself that defines you. It is how you respond to it. Every snowstorm, every harsh winter, teaches you something new about resilience, about patience, and about the strength that comes from simply enduring. The storm outside is relentless, but inside the cabin, there is a different kind of quiet. The wind howls in the distance, but here the only sounds are the occasional popping of the fire and the soft murmur of the tribe's voices as they prepare for the night. The children are still awake, their faces illuminated by the firelight, their wide eyes reflecting the flickering flames as they sit in the corner, too restless to sleep. The women are finishing their evening tasks, preparing the last bit of food and checking on their children, their hands moving with a practiced ease. They've done this for years, every winter, and they know that these moments of calm are what keep everything together. The quiet, steady rhythm of daily life is the thread that holds everything in place, even in the midst of chaos. You sit back down by the fire, pulling the blanket tighter around your shoulders, and listen to the sounds of the tribe settling into the evening. It's a familiar scene, one that repeats itself with every storm, with every winter. There is no urgency here, no rushing to get things done. There is only the steady, deliberate movement of the tribe as they prepare for the night. The men are speaking quietly among themselves, their voices low as they share stories of past hunts, of times when the storm was fiercer, when survival seemed even more uncertain. But now, in this moment, they are at peace. The hunt is done, the food is prepared, and the tribe is safe. As you look around, you feel a sense of gratitude fill your chest. You are not alone. In this world of vast, unyielding wilderness, you have the strength of your people. You share in their struggles, their triumphs, and their hope for survival. The fire is warm, the food is enough for tonight, and the storm, while fierce, is not insurmountable. Together, you will face whatever challenges come next. Tomorrow will bring new tasks, new struggles, but for now you rest in the quiet peace of the night, surrounded by the warmth of the fire and the comfort of those who share in this life with you. The storm rages on outside, but inside there is only peace. The storm rages on through the night, its howls growing louder as the hours pass, a constant reminder of the unforgiving nature of the world outside. Yet, within the cabin, the mood has shifted. The warmth of the fire has brought comfort, and the quiet rhythm of life inside has created a cocoon of peace. You sit, surrounded by your tribe, as the last embers of the fire crackle and pop, sending small sparks into the cool air above. The children, now settled, are wrapped in thick blankets, their small bodies curled up close to their mothers. The soft rise and fall of their breathing fills the room with a calming presence, and the occasional murmur of a child turning in their sleep is the only sound that breaks the stillness. The women, having finished their evening chores, now sit in a circle near the fire, talking quietly in hushed tones, sharing stories and laughter that seems to lift the weight of the storm outside. The men, once restless with the events of the day, now settle into their places, their faces relaxed as they listen to the soothing rhythm of the conversations. You look around the room, taking in the faces of the people you've come to know so well. These are the people you fight for, the ones who help you face the endless challenges of survival. Their laughter, their stories, their shared memories, these are the things that make life on the frontier bearable. The fire continues to burn brightly, its warmth an anchor in the storm, its flickering light dancing across the walls, casting long shadows that seem to reach out to touch everything in the room. For a moment you forget about the cold outside, the dangerous storm that rages beyond the safety of the cabin. The storm may rage, but inside this small circle of light, there is peace. You are not alone here. The tribe is with you, and together you are stronger than any winter storm. The warmth of the fire, the shared stories, the sense of belonging, these are the things that will carry you through the hardships to come. One of the women, Ada, turns to you with a small, knowing smile. "The storm will pass," she says quietly, her voice gentle but filled with the quiet confidence of one who has seen many winters come and go. "We've weathered worse." You nod, the weight of her words settling in your chest like a stone. You know she's right. The storm may be fierce now, but it won't last forever. You've faced storms before, both literal and metaphorical, and you know that with each passing day, the winter will ease its grip. Spring will come again, bringing new life and new opportunities. But until then, you will endure, you will adapt, and you will thrive. The fire crackles again, sending another burst of warmth into the room, and you close your eyes for a moment, letting the heat soak into your skin. The quiet of the cabin, the laughter of your people, the steady beat of the storm outside, it all comes together in this one moment of peace. There is no rush, there is no need for words. For now, you simply exist, surrounded by the warmth of the fire and the strength of the tribe. As you open your eyes, you find yourself smiling. The storm may continue to rage outside, but inside, there is only the quiet rhythm of life, the steady pulse of survival, the strength of your community holding you together. Outside, the wind howls, and the snow continues to fall, but in the cabin, there is only peace. The storm will pass, and when it does, the tribe will still be here, united in their survival, stronger than ever. The night drifts on, and the storm outside intensifies, but inside the cabin, there is a quiet calm. The fire continues to burn steadily, the crackling sounds of the burning wood filling the room, creating a comforting rhythm that soothes the mind. You can hear the faint rustle of blankets, the soft shuffle of feet as people settle in for the night. The harsh winds outside seem distant now, their howls softened by the walls of the cabin, as though the world outside has receded into another existence altogether. The warmth of the fire wraps around you, its light creating a soft glow that dances on the faces of your people. The elder women sit together near the hearth, their voices hushed, weaving together stories of past winters, of harsh storms, of times when survival was uncertain. These stories are a thread that ties the generations together, lessons passed down through the years, reminders of the strength and resilience that have defined this community. You listen intently, their words washing over you like a lullaby, soothing and steadying you as the night deepens. Ida, the oldest of the women, her face lined with years of wisdom, begins to speak in a low, melodic voice. "Do you remember the winter of 72? She asks, her eyes glistening in the firelight. "The one when the snow buried the fields for months?" She chuckles softly, a sound that seems to warm the room even more. "We thought we wouldn't survive it, but we did. We always do." Her words hold weight. There is a history here, a deep connection to the land and to each other. You know the stories she speaks of, stories you've heard since you were a child, stories of hardship and survival, of loss and hope. And as you listen, you realize how far this tribe has come, how much it has endured. Each story is a testament to the strength of those who lived through it and passed on their wisdom to the next generation. As the wind continues to howl outside, you turn your attention to the children, who are gathered near their mothers. Their faces, soft and innocent, are illuminated by the fire, their eyes heavy with sleep. The warmth of the cabin and the quiet murmur of the elders provide a sense of comfort and security to the younger generation. You can see their eyelids drooping, their small bodies curling up into the warmth of their blankets. There is peace in the air now, a peacefulness that comes from the knowledge that the night will pass, and the storm, no matter how fierce, will eventually end. You catch the eyes of the elder men sitting nearby. They are silent, their expressions thoughtful, but there is a sense of contentment in the way they watch the fire. They know the value of these quiet moments, the moments when the world slows down and the daily struggle is put aside in favor of reflection and rest. Their lives have been marked by hardship, and yet they remain grounded, their resolve unshaken by the challenges of life. There is strength in their silence, in the way they observe the world around them with quiet wisdom. As the hours stretch on, you feel your own body relax, the weariness of the day fading away. You pull your blanket tighter around you, feeling the warmth seep into your muscles, and for a moment everything seems perfect. The storm outside may still rage, but inside there is peace. The fire continues to burn, the warmth from it spreading through the cabin, wrapping everyone in its embrace. You close your eyes for a moment, feeling the rhythmic sound of the fire, the soft breathing of your people, and the calm of the night, and you realize that despite the cold and the storm, you are exactly where you need to be. The wind may howl, the snow may fall, but within these walls you are safe. The world outside is a harsh and unforgiving place, but here, with the tribe, there is warmth, there is security, there is love, and in this moment that is all that matters. The fire continues to burn brightly, casting its warm light over the faces of the tribe as they settle in for the night. The storm outside rages on, but inside the cabin, the atmosphere is tranquil, a quiet peace settling over everyone. The wind howls as it beats against the walls, but here, in the circle of light, there is a sense of safety and belonging. The flame flickers and dances, its soft crackling sound blending with the occasional sigh of the wind outside. It is a comforting sound, the rhythm of life persisting despite the chaos of nature beyond. You lean back, your muscles relaxing into the cushion of your furs, and gaze around at the people you've shared this life with. The elder women are telling stories, their voices soft but steady, weaving the past into the present with each word. Their stories are filled with wisdom, passed down through the years, and you find solace in hearing them again. The tales of survival, of battles fought and won, of harsh winters and bountiful summers, are like a thread that ties the generations together. You've heard these stories before, but every time they are told, they bring new understanding, a deeper connection to your ancestors. You glance over at the children, their small faces glowing with the warmth of the fire, their eyes heavy with sleep. The younger ones are huddled together in blankets, their soft breathing a gentle reminder of the future of the tribe. You watch as they shift in their sleep, their movements slow and unsteady, the weight of the day finally catching up with them. It's a reminder of the cycle of life, the generations that have come before and those that will come after. The world outside may be cold and unforgiving, but here, within the safety of the tribe, there is warmth, there is hope. The men too are settling in, their faces more relaxed than they were earlier in the day. The hunt is over, the work of the day done, and now they can rest. They speak quietly among themselves, sharing tales of past hunts, recounting the details of the animals they've tracked, the strategies they've used. Their voices are low but full of pride, each word a testament to the strength and skill that has allowed them to thrive in this harsh environment. They are the protectors, the providers, and you know that without their resilience the tribe would not survive. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the warmth of the fire to envelop you, the gentle murmur of your people's voices lulling you into a peaceful stillness. The storm outside may continue to rage, but inside there is only calm. The fire's light, the warmth of your people, the soft glow of the night. They are a shield against the cold, a reminder that no matter what the world outside throws at you, here, with the tribe, you are safe. The stillness of the moment is broken only by the occasional crackle of the fire, the sound of wood shifting as it burns, the soft exhalations of those around you. You feel a deep sense of gratitude wash over you, gratitude for the tribe, for the community, for the shared strength that binds you all together. The world outside may be filled with uncertainty, but within these walls there is security. The storm outside is just a part of the cycle, a challenge that will pass, and when it does, the tribe will still stand strong, ready to face whatever comes next. The fire begins to wane, the embers glowing softly in the darkness. You watch the last of the light flicker and fade, the warmth slowly dissipating into the cool air. But you are not worried. The fire will be rekindled in the morning. The storm will eventually pass. The tribe will endure. And for tonight, that is enough. The storm outside continues to rage, but inside the cabin a gentle quiet has settled in. The fire burns low, its warmth softening the sharp edges of the cold air, creeping in from the cracks in the cabin walls. The once bright flames now flicker weakly, casting long, dancing shadows across the room. Still, the atmosphere within is peaceful, the subtle crackling of the fire creating a soothing rhythm that lulls the tribe into a restful calm. You sit by the hearth, wrapped in your blanket, your eyes heavy but your mind still awake. The children are all fast asleep now, their small forms curled up in the comfort of their furs, nestled against their mothers. You watch them for a moment, feeling a sense of tenderness and responsibility wash over you. Their innocent faces are peaceful, untouched by the worries of the world, and the weight of their future rests gently on the tribe's shoulders. You feel the fierce protectiveness of a parent and a member of the tribe. Their survival depends on the strength of all of you, united in this shared existence. As the night deepens, the wind continues to howl, but the warmth of the cabin seems to shield you from the outside world. It's a temporary refuge, but it is enough. The storm may be fierce, but in this space the tribe is safe. The unity of the group, the shared responsibilities, and the collective resilience keep everything in balance. You are all bound by this life, by the understanding that each day is a battle against the elements, and survival is only possible through cooperation and mutual support. You take a slow breath, the warmth of the fire filling your lungs, and close your eyes for a moment, letting the stillness of the night seep into your bones. Your thoughts turn inward, reflecting on the day's events and the challenges still to come. Tomorrow will bring new tasks, new demands. The storm will pass, but it will leave behind its own set of challenges. More snow to clear, more firewood to gather, more food to be prepared. But for tonight, there is rest. Tonight, you will not think about tomorrow's burdens. Tonight, you simply exist in the warmth of the fire, in the comfort of your people. The sounds around you begin to soften as the tribe settles into a peaceful sleep. The elders too have grown quiet, their voices no longer rising above the gentle hum of the night. They have shared their wisdom, passed on their knowledge, and now they rest, knowing that the cycle of survival continues. The younger members of the tribe are already dreaming, their small bodies nestled into the safety of the fire's glow, unaware of the harsh world outside. You close your eyes and allow yourself to drift deeper into relaxation, your body surrendering to the warmth and quiet. You feel the steady beat of your own heart, the comfort of your blanket, and the gentle pull of sleep. In this moment, you are free from the weight of survival, free from the constant worry of tomorrow. The world outside may be frozen, but in here, in the heart of the tribe, there is warmth, there is life, and there is peace. As sleep begins to take hold of you, your last waking thoughts are of the tribe, the strength you share, the resilience you've built together, and the unspoken promise that no matter what the storm brings, you will face it as one. Tomorrow will come, and the storm will pass. The fire will burn again, and the tribe will continue. But for now, the quiet of the night, the warmth of the fire, and the peace of your people are enough. As the night stretches on, the storm outside shows no signs of slowing down. The wind continues to howl, pushing snow against the windows with relentless force. But inside, the air is thick with warmth, the cabin filled with the quiet sounds of slumbering bodies and the soft hiss of the fire as it crackles. The storm, though fierce and unforgiving, has become distant, a presence felt only through the howling wind that occasionally punctuates the otherwise peaceful atmosphere. You shift in your blankets, adjusting to the comfortable warmth that has settled into your bones. The fire's glow casts a soft, flickering light on the walls, making the cabin feel smaller, more intimate. The shadows stretch across the room like silent sentinels, protecting you from the chaos outside. You take a deep breath, inhaling the scent of burning wood and the faint trace of the earth that has crept inside with the snow. There is something grounding in this scent, something that connects you to the land, reminding you that the earth itself is both harsh and nurturing. Your gaze wanders around the room, settling on the figures of your people. Their faces, illuminated by the firelight, are peaceful in sleep, their bodies relaxed and calm. The exhaustion of the day's labor, the hunt, the chores, all of it has faded now, replaced by the serenity of the night. The children, curled up in their furs, are completely unaware of the storm, safe in their world of warmth and care. The elders, their faces softened by age and wisdom, rest quietly, their breathing slow and steady, the weight of years and knowledge resting with them in this peaceful moment. You smile softly to yourself. This is what it means to survive, not just the harshness of nature, but the quiet moments of shared humanity. It's not just the physical act of surviving, it's the comfort found in togetherness, in knowing that despite the storm, despite the uncertainty of the world beyond, you have this. You have your people, you have the fire, you have each other, and in this you find a peace that no storm can take away. Outside, the wind continues to whip through the trees, its icy fingers tugging at the edges of the cabin. But inside, the walls stand firm. The fire burns steadily, the warmth reaching into every corner of the space, warding off the chill that would otherwise creep in. The tribe, nestled in their furs, their bodies huddled together for warmth, is safe. The outside world may be filled with danger, but in this moment the tribe is whole, protected by the strength of their unity and the care they share. The storm may continue, but it no longer feels as threatening. It's just a part of life here, a challenge to be weathered. Every season brings its own trials, and the winter storm is no different from the others you've faced. The snow may blanket the world in white, the wind may howl against the walls of your cabin, but inside there is warmth, there is life, there is the promise of tomorrow, and the knowledge that together you can face anything that comes your way. As sleep finally begins to take you, your last conscious thought is one of gratitude. You are not alone. You are part of something greater than yourself, something that has endured through generations, something that will continue to endure as long as you and your people stand together. The storm outside is no match for the strength of the tribe, and as you drift into sleep, you know that tomorrow will bring new challenges, but it will also bring new opportunities for growth, for survival, and for connection. In the quiet of the night, the storm may rage, but within the cabin there is peace.